Ahoy, and welcome to this update, to this blog, which has been quiet for quite some time. A lot's going on. The big boat, the Esmeralda, is on the hard. It was grounded out, and the rudder broke, or the centerboard snapped, and we've been trying to refurbish the centerboard to get her in the water again. We've also made her a new rudder out of the old centerboard, and hopefully she'll get wet within the next couple of weeks. But I thought that I would take a couple of minutes and talk about this vessel, the sailing vessel Blue Flower, my Super Teal, and honestly still my favorite boat. This is my private yacht right here, and she's on the hard. She might look a little worse for wear, but hopefully over the next couple of days I can get her back into sailing condition and I can go sailing. I don't know when I'm going to get Esmeralda back, but I know that I can get Blue Flower in the water within 3 or 4 days if I put some time into it. It's not going to take a lot. So I had a tour of the boat earlier, and this is the biggest issue that you see right there. You'll notice that the front combing is gone from the vessel right there. That's because I took it off. So it turns out that the front combing, in fact, is not actually wood. It's like a fiberboard. And what was happening, I've got a picture here that'll focus up. And what was happening was the structure was starting to delaminate pretty heavily, and actually it kind of looked like cardboard in certain places. So I took it off, and I'm going to replace it with some 3-ply Luan, and see if that won't work a little better. Actually, we can see the combing piece right here, and you can see what I was talking about right, let's see if this will focus up, come on, right in there. I don't know how clear that's going to be. Let me actually get it. This is just fluff, There's no structural component to it, and it was starting to peel away, and I think water got in there and it just turned it to fluff. So unfortunately I had to take the piece out, and I'm gonna have to remanufacture this into a new front combing because of that failure. The edges on both sides of the cut, that edge and that edge over there, are both looking really good. So I have high hopes that remanufacturing this isn't going to be very difficult. Now, the biggest issue with this is that it's cut on a compound curve, and I don't think, I'm unsure if that curve is going to continue with the new piece. I've never done something like this. But really what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to measure this piece out, and I'm going to do my best to remanufacture it, because that's all I can do. And that's wooden boat building right there. You know what I mean? It took a lot for me to actually peel this piece off finally, but it's off, it's done, and I need to get it fixed. So we will get some combing work hopefully over the next couple of days. It's 95 degrees right now here in the far reaches of Montana, and it's a little hot for me to be out working. It'd be great sailing weather, but both my boats are on the hard right now, which makes sailing kind of difficult. So tonight I'm going to come out, I'm going to measure that piece out. I've got a piece of Luan that I've selected, and I've got it all laid out, and I'm going to transfer some measurements over, and going to start cutting some wood, and hopefully that will get this boat ready. I've got a beautiful set of new gaff sails that Andy Lynn made for me, and whatnot. I've changed up the rig a little bit. It's now double purchase for both gaff and peak, so that I'm using more rope, but everything moves a little easier. I can get a little bit more tension off of it now, and I mean, all in all, this is a much improved boat. I just got to get her in the water. It's the last day of July, almost the first day of August, and I haven't been out on the water in this craft at all this season, and that's a travesty. So I'm definitely gonna tonight and over the next week, I got a couple of days off. I'm just gonna put some work into it, And if I can get that front Coleman taken care of, I've got a pit back here. I'll see if I can find it for you. There's a wasp nest, by the way, right next to us right now. I've got a pit, and you can see it right here. That is kind of worrisome. I may end up sanding that down a little bit, putting some epoxy at it, or just trying to fill that. But there's a little bit of a void there. But other than that, she's watertight. She's good to go. I've just got to get the time in to get her. Ah, that's a sticker in my foot. Get the time in to get her done. So that's a brief status update on the sailing vessel Blue Flower. She'll be in the water here within 2 weeks. The trailer is another issue. We're actually going to wander over there and I'll discuss that. So, I just got back from a Bellegarth event in Idaho, and the woman decided that she wanted to take a shop, and I thought we couldn't put it all in my truck. Oh my goodness gracious, this concrete is hot. And so we put it on the trailer. Well, one of the tires just kept running hot, and we made it all the way there and back, and I got to a buddy's house, and he looked at it, and he's like, one, your tires are overinflated, and two, your bearing's bad. So I've got to I've got to pull the tires off either tonight or tomorrow morning. I'm going to pull the tires off, I'm going to expose the bearings, I'm going to take those in, get new ones for both sides, because if you're going to do one side, you're going to do the other. Get new bearings on both sides, get a new tire for the far side, put it all back together, throw some grease at it, and you know, basically have a new lower half of this trailer. This is the original trailer that the Blue Flower came with that traveled with Andy Lynn all the way from Oregon, and it's seen a hard life. But yeah, I've got plans for this, and I've got plans for the boat, and I'd like to go pond sailing. Ideally, and this may be the madness speaking, ideally I'd like to see the Blue Flower on Flathead Lake. I've never taken her on Flathead, and I think that perhaps going out to Dayton maybe, and throwing her in the water at the public dock, and just kind of sailing around the yacht club for a while would be really fun. She's a little character boat, and Dayton's pretty calm, pretty flat, generally speaking, and I think it'd just be fun to go buzz around the harbor with it. So I'd like to do that this season. I think the typesetter's out of town as I record this, which is why I'm not working on the big boat, but I think the little boat deserves a little bit of work. She's a gorgeous boat. I mean, look at that. I mean, I'm gonna move over this way, hopefully without getting any more pokies in my feet here. But I mean, seriously, look at this. This is a teal, all right. This is a teal. I mean, look at the shear she's got, and the mast and everything. She is just a gorgeous little boat, and it's a travesty that I haven't been sailing her. But that's gonna change. I'm gonna get her all fixed up, and hopefully within 2 weeks we'll have another video of me sailing the Blue Flower for the first time of 2014. So until then, I'm gonna log off and start doing some measurements. So thanks, and we'll update soon.